Here's what no one wants to admit. If overthinking actually solved problems, you'd be unstoppable by now. In fact, the more you overthink something, the less is about thinking at all. Because overthinking isn't an intelligence problem. It's not even a decision-making problem. It's a fear problem dressed up as analysis. And once you see the disguise, you can't unsee it. What's up, it's your girl Keisha B, founding member and current president of Overthinkers Anonymous. And today we're breaking down the actual function of overthinking, what it is, why your brain does it, and why all that thinking isn't getting you any closer to clarity. Because if you've ever spent hours, days, or even months circling the same decision, you already know the truth. The problem isn't that you need more information. The problem is that you're asking your brain to do a job it was never designed to do. So let's talk about what's really happening when you overthink. First, let me ask you something. When you're overthinking a decision, what does it feel like? It feels like you're working on it, right? Like you're being productive, responsible, doing your due diligence. You're considering all the angles, weighing all the options, and trying to predict all the outcomes. But here's what's really happening. You're not trying to make a decision. You're trying to eliminate uncertainty before you act. And that is impossible. See, your brain has two modes when it comes to decisions: analysis mode and action mode. Analysis mode is useful for gathering information, identifying patterns, and understanding context, but it has its limits. Once you have enough information to make a reasonable choice, more analysis doesn't give you more clarity. It just gives you more reasons to stay stuck. Because what you're really doing at that point isn't thinking, it's avoiding. You're trying to think your way to a guarantee that doesn't exist. You're trying to eliminate the possibility of being wrong before you commit. And your brain will keep giving you more things to consider, more angles to analyze, more scenarios to imagine. Not because you need them, but because as long as you're still figuring it out, you don't have to face the risk of actually choosing. All right, here's where it gets interesting. Overthinking isn't random. Your brain is doing this for a reason. Number one, it delays action. As long as you're thinking, you're not doing. And not doing means you can't fail. You can't be wrong. You can't face consequences. Overthinking creates this buffer between you and reality. Number two, it creates the illusion of control. When you map out every possible scenario, consider every risk, and plan for every outcome, it feels like you're prepared, like you've got this handled. But you're not actually controlling anything. You're just simulating control in your head. Real life doesn't care about your 17 backup plans or your 63 tab flowchart. It only responds to action. Everything else is imagination with a clipboard. Number three, it protects your identity. Now this is a big one. If you never fully commit to a choice, you never have to integrate the results into who you are. You get to stay in potential. I could do this. I could be that. I'm just waiting for the right moment. But potential without action is just a story you tell yourself so you don't have to risk rewriting your identity. And overthinking lets you live in that story indefinitely. Now here's what changed everything for me. Clarity doesn't come from more thinking. It comes from more data. And the only way to get data is to act. Think about it. When you're trying to decide something, you're running simulations in your head. If I can do this, then maybe this happens. But what if that happens? Then I have to deal with this, and on and on. But those are all hypotheticals. They're not real. The only way to know what actually happens is to do the thing and see. That's data. That's real information your brain can work with. Everything else is just speculation that feels like preparation. Here's the truth. You don't need more time to think. You need more courage to act on incomplete information. Because all information is incomplete. You will never have perfect certainty, ever. The question isn't, do I have enough information? The question is, do I have enough to take the next step? And most of the time, you do. You're just scared of what that step means. So here's the framework that broke me out of this pattern. If you've been thinking about something for more than 10 minutes, you already have your answer. Not the perfect answer, not the guaranteed to work answer, but the answer that's available to you right now based on what you know. And that's enough. Here's how it works. Step one, set a timer for 10 minutes. In those 10 minutes, think about the decision. Write out the options if you need to. But when that timer goes off, you choose right then. Step two, identify the smallest possible action you can take toward that choice. Not the whole commitment, just the next step. If you're deciding whether to start something, you don't have to have the whole plan. Just do the thing. Step three, act on that step within 24 hours. Not when you feel ready, not when it's convenient, within 24 hours. Because here's what happens. The moment you act, you get real information. You see what's actually there instead of what you imagined. And that real information makes the next decision easier. This is how clarity actually works. Not through more thinking, but through iterative action. That's the cycle. Think, act, adjust. Not think, get overwhelmed, go lie down. So here's what I need you to understand. Every time you catch yourself overthinking, Ask this question: am I gathering information or am I avoiding a decision I've already made? And be honest, most of the time, you already know what you want to do. You're just scared of doing it, scared it won't work, scared of what it means, scared of what comes next. And that's fine. Fear is information too. But don't mistake fear for lack of clarity. You're not confused. You're not missing some crucial piece of information. You're just uncomfortable with uncertainty. And the solution to that isn't more thinking, it's getting comfortable with acting anyway. Look, your brain is designed to keep you safe. And for most of human history, safe meant don't do anything risky. But we don't live in that world anymore. The risk now isn't taking action, it's staying stuck in your head while your life passes by. So if you've been chewing on a decision for more than 10 minutes, you already know. Stop asking for more clarity. Start building it through action. Drop a comment. What's the decision you've been overthinking? Say it out loud. Make it real. And if you want support that actually helps you move from thinking to doing, join my free community, The Escapers Lab. Links in the description below. And if you're done overthinking and ready to start living, do all those boss YouTube things. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, my fellow escaper, go be your own kind of different. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!